the rock cycle. And the rock cycle is going to be on page 6 of your Earth Science reference table, up over in the top left-hand corner, and you can follow it there. So this is a really kind of cool picture of a rock cycle. You can go back and look at it on your own, because I will have shared these notes with you. So make sure you check it out. So the rock cycle is a model that represents the cycle of rocks on Earth. So it's what steps the rocks need to take sometimes, or the steps that the rocks can take in order to become what they are. So there's no starting point. However, billions of years ago, all rocks began as igneous rocks. So if you were to pick up a rock, like this is a mineral, but if you were to pick this up, you could not tell if, you wouldn't be able to tell just by looking at it if this had an igneous past, or if it's always been a sedimentary after it turned into one, or anything like that. But there are different steps and different cycles that the rocks can take. So there is an interconnecting process that can lead to the formation of the 3 main rock types. So evidence of the rock cycle, well, a composition of some sedimentary rocks. Some sedimentary rocks, like conglomerate and breccia, have particles of varied origin. So some conglomerates and breccia actually have the little pebbles inside of it. Some of the pebbles can be metamorphic, some of them can be igneous, some of them are other sedimentary rocks. So what it shows you is that the rock cycle, it's a cycle. It keeps going through, and different rocks can be made from different things and the process that it takes for them to get there. Also, the composition of some rocks, the igneous rocks that have been weathered and are now part of a sedimentary rock. So this is a different rock cycle. This is kind of an easier one to follow, but you can see that an igneous rock can go one of 3 ways. It can remelt and become an igneous rock again. It can have heat and pressure and become metamorphic, or it can weather and erode into sediments, and it can be turned into a sedimentary rock. For metamorphic rock, it can go one of 3 ways. It can actually melt and turn to igneous. It can turn to a sediment and become sedimentary. Or what you don't see here is it can undergo more metamorphism and become a different metamorphic rock. Same thing with sedimentary rocks. It can go one of 3 ways. It can have heat and pressure, turn to metamorphic. It can weather and erode and become another sedimentary rock. Or it can actually melt and become an igneous rock again. Okay? So your rock cycle goes through many different steps, and I can go through each one of these, but you can see, hopefully it brings me right up to the end, which direction things can go. Again, magma's at the bottom, it can solidify, igneous rock. Your igneous rock can uplift, weather, and erode to become a sediment. Then there's deposition, burial, and compaction, sedimentary rock. And then you can undergo heat and pressure, metamorphic rock, or you can follow any of these arrows to figure out which direction you go in, and it tells you what the steps are in order to get there. An igneous rock can undergo heat and or pressure to become metamorphic, and then it's going to land as a metamorphic rock. A metamorphic rock can undergo weathering and erosion, become a sediment, undergo deposition, burial, compaction, and cementation, and become a sedimentary rock. So this is the rock cycle. It is a vicious cycle of rocks.